Have you ever stepped out of bed and felt like your legs weren't ready to follow? Not sore, not injured, just heavier than they used to be. Like your body is waking up, but your legs are still asleep. Some people blame age, others shrug and call it normal. But what if this slow fading of strength isn't about getting older? What if it's about something much more preventable? What if every single morning you're unknowingly setting your legs up for failure? It doesn't take much. Just one small choice after waking up. A decision so ordinary, so simple, most people don't even think twice. But according to new research, this single morning habit could be weakening your leg muscles by the week, silently draining your balance, mobility, and independence. I know that sounds dramatic, but for millions of older adults, it's already happening. Not through injury, not through disease, but through something far more common. Skipping the right kind of breakfast. Now you might be thinking, I eat in the morning. I have coffee, maybe a slice of toast. But here's the hard truth, that's not breakfast. That's what muscle loss feeds on. Especially after the age of 60, your body no longer has the luxury of eating later. Because by then your metabolism works differently. It becomes slower at rebuilding muscle, especially the ones you rely on most, your legs. So what happens if you start your morning with the wrong food or none at all? Your body, desperate for energy, begins to break down your own muscle tissue. And where does it pull from? First, your thighs, your calves, the very muscles that help you walk, stand, balance, and stay independent. And all of it, this breakdown can start before 8 a.m. But there's good news. Because if that sounds frightening, it's also fixable. You can stop the decline. You can even reverse it. Not with medication, not with gym memberships, but with a quiet change, something small, powerful, and completely natural. The right kind of breakfast. That's what this video is all about. And if you've ever felt your legs grow a little weaker, a little less steady, if you've ever caught yourself reaching for the armrest before standing, then stay with me. Because in just a moment, we're going to uncover the truth about your legs, your mornings, and the simple foods that could change everything. But first, what's really stealing your strength each morning? Let's look deeper. It doesn't arrive with pain. It doesn't come with swelling. In fact, most people don't even realize it's happening until one day their legs say no when their heart says go. This invisible condition has a name. It's called sarcopenia, and it quietly steals muscle from your body, especially in your legs, starting as early as your 50s. But here's the part that shocks most people. Sarcopenia doesn't just happen because you're aging. It happens because your muscles aren't being properly fed, protected, or rebuilt each day. And morning, that vulnerable moment right after waking, is when the damage begins. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body enters a natural fasting state. Your energy reserves are low. Your muscles are starved. And unless you interrupt that process with the right nutrients, your body begins pulling fuel from its own tissue, starting with the largest and most accessible muscles in your body, your legs. Think about that for a second. You wake up, drink some coffee, maybe skip breakfast altogether, and before you even get dressed, your legs have already lost a bit more of their strength. And no, you don't feel it right away. Muscle loss doesn't sting, it doesn't scream, it whispers. One day you notice it takes a little longer to get up from your chair. Another day your knees feel unsteady walking down the stairs. Then there's a stumble, a shake, or a step that feels off. And suddenly you begin to wonder, is this just what getting older feels like? But no, it's not just age, it's a lack of protection. The National Institute on Aging reports that adults over 60 can lose up to 33% of their leg muscle mass in just 10 years if nothing is done to stop it. And the effects go far beyond strength. As the muscles shrink, your balance begins to suffer. Your stride shortens, your risk of falling increases, and your circulation slows, causing cold feet, tingling cramps, and even swelling. All of this from one process that began silently, without warning, without pain, and most dangerously without being noticed. But here's what matters. It's not too late. even if you've already lost strength, even if your legs feel like they've aged faster than the rest of you, there's a way to fight back. And the secret isn't complicated. It doesn't live in a pill bottle. It's not hiding in a rehab center. It starts right at home, on your plate, within the first hour of your day. Because when you give your body the right building blocks in the morning, it remembers how to repair. It remembers how to grow. It remembers how to help you stand up stronger, steadier, and safer. In the next part, I'll introduce you to someone who learned this the hard way and then turned it all around. He didn't take supplements. He didn't hire a trainer. He just changed one thing, and his legs haven't felt the same since. Let me tell you about David. David was 69, a proud, independent man who had spent his life building bridges, houses, roads. A construction engineer always on the move, climbing scaffolds, hiking through forest paths, never once thinking about his legs, because they had always been there for him. Until slowly they weren't. It started with little things. Stiff knees in the morning, that dragging feeling in his thighs, a strange heaviness in his calves after just a short walk. He chalked it up to age. Just getting older, he told himself. So he drank his black coffee, skipped breakfast like he always had, and kept going. Until one morning he walked out to grab the newspaper and missed a single low step. That fall wasn't dramatic. No broken bones, no ambulance. But it shook him. Because for the first time, he realized, I can't trust my legs anymore. His wife had already noticed. How he stood up slower. How he pushed off the couch with both hands. How he didn't smile when she suggested a walk through the park. But after that fall, David couldn't ignore it. He began to worry about what would come next. A walker. A cane. Giving up the independence he had always taken for granted. So he did something he hadn't done in years. He started reading. He looked up studies, watched videos, talked to a local nutritionist. And that's when he discovered something both surprising and strangely hopeful. What you eat first thing in the morning can change everything. It wasn't a supplement. It wasn't an exercise routine. It was about feeding his muscles before they started breaking down. So David made a choice. He stopped skipping breakfast. He traded in his empty stomach and bitter coffee for something richer, more nourishing, and smarter. He started small, a boiled egg, some warm oats, a bit of Greek yogurt, even a slice of sweet potato sprinkled with sea salt. It wasn't fancy, but it was fuel, real fuel, the kind his legs had been craving for years. And then something happened. After 3 weeks, David felt it. He stood up from bed, and it didn't feel like lifting weights. The stiffness faded. The leg cramps disappeared. He started walking again, first around the living room, then outside, then back to his favorite trail. By the second month, David was walking 2 kilometers each morning nonstop. No cane, no fear, just his own legs. Steady, confident, reliable. Today he often tells his wife, "It feels like I got my legs back," and all of it because of what he chose to eat every morning. So if you've ever felt like David, if you've noticed your balance slipping, if your legs feel tired before your day even begins, there's hope. There's a path forward. And it starts with 5 simple breakfast foods that can help rebuild muscle, restore balance, and give you back the strength that time tried to take away. In the next part, I'll walk you through each one. Not just what to eat, but why they work, and how to use them to protect your independence starting tomorrow morning. Let's begin with one of the most powerful muscle foods on the planet, and most seniors already have it in their kitchen. 1. Whole eggs, rebuilding muscle from the inside out. David's first change was simple: a boiled egg. And not just the white, the whole egg. Because inside that bright yellow yolk is something seniors over 60 desperately need. Leucine, a powerful amino acid that triggers muscle repair, especially in the legs where sarcopenia hits hardest. But that's not all. Eggs also contain vitamin D, B12 choline, and high-quality protein, all essential for neuromuscular health balance and coordination. A study from the University of Illinois found that older adults who ate 2 eggs a day experienced significant improvements in their ability to stand up without assistance after just 8 weeks. Even better B12 from eggs helps protect the nerves in your legs so you don't just move better, you feel more stable while doing it. For best results, eat your egg within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. Boiled is best, no added fats, no fluff. Add a handful of spinach or tomatoes if you want an extra anti-cramp kick. 1 egg a day may not sound like much, but for many seniors it's been the difference between sitting down carefully and standing up confidently. 2. Oatmeal with chia seeds, long-lasting strength you can feel. If eggs rebuild muscle, oatmeal keeps it going. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a fiber that stabilizes blood sugar and helps deliver nutrients to your muscles more efficiently. Why does that matter? Because stable blood sugar in the morning equals to better protein absorption equals stronger legs over time. Now add chia seeds and you have a quiet powerhouse of minerals. Magnesium to calm stiff muscles, potassium to improve circulation, calcium for bone support, and omega-3s to fight inflammation. This duo is especially helpful for seniors prone to nighttime leg cramps, those sharp, sudden spasms that steal your sleep. Many older adults who switch to this simple combo report better stamina and fewer aches within a single week. How to make it? Just 3 tablespoons of oats, a spoonful of chia seeds, and warm water or nut milk. Let it soften. Add a few berries or banana slices if you'd like something sweet and gentle. It's not fancy, but it's fuel for your muscles, your joints, and your peace of mind. 3. Banana, nature's electrolyte pill. Ever had that tingling in your calves before bed, or that tight pulling sensation when stretching your toes? That's often your body begging for potassium, and bananas deliver it naturally, gently, and effectively. A medium banana contains around 400 milligrams of potassium, about 10% of what your muscles need daily to fire properly. But it's not just about preventing cramps. Potassium helps maintain the electrical charge across your muscle fibers. Without it, your muscles can misfire, twitch, or feel sluggish even when you're well rested. Bananas also carry vitamin B6, which supports nerve communication between your legs and your brain, helping you stay upright, coordinated, and clear-headed as you move. One note: if you're managing diabetes or kidney issues, go for a smaller, slightly underripe banana, which is lower in sugar and easier on your system. Best time to eat it after your main breakfast, not on an empty stomach. Slice it into your oats, blend it with yogurt, or simply peel and enjoy. A banana a day can do more than soothe leg cramps. It can restore your stride. 4. Greek yogurt, the muscle healer in a bowl. Greek yogurt isn't like regular yogurt. It's thicker, richer, and most importantly, twice as high in protein. What makes it special is casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles for hours, helping repair the breakdown that occurs overnight. After 60, your body naturally loses the ability to rebuild muscle quickly. Greek yogurt helps reverse that by providing leucine, calcium, vitamin D, and healthy probiotics, all of which support leg strength, balance, and even blood flow. In one study from Maastricht University, seniors who consumed Greek yogurt daily with light activity saw noticeable leg strength improvement in just 6 weeks. Can't handle lactose? Try lactose-free Greek yogurt or versions made from goat or sheep milk. Just avoid sugary brands. Those only create inflammation and undo your efforts. Enjoy it plain or mix in chia seeds and cinnamon. Your legs will thank you, and so will your joints, bones, and circulation. 5. Salmon, liquid motion for your legs. Salmon for breakfast. It may sound unusual, but it might just be the missing piece in your morning routine. This fatty fish is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA nutrients that reduce inflammation and protect against age-related muscle breakdown. It's also high in vitamin D and protein, which support everything from balance to joint flexibility to stride strength. One study showed that seniors who ate 2 servings of fatty fish per week retained 27% more leg muscle mass and had a 36% lower risk of falling. If cooking fish in the morning feels like too much, try unsweetened smoked salmon or prepare it ahead and reheat a slice. Even one serving per week can make a lasting impact on how your legs feel move and carry you through the day. Because salmon doesn't just rebuild your legs, it helps them flow. But what about the final food? The one David swears made all the difference, the one that's already in your kitchen, but rarely thought of as a leg-saving secret. That comes next, and it may surprise you. It wasn't expensive, it didn't come in a bottle, and it wasn't something David had to go searching for. In fact, it had been sitting in his kitchen drawer for years. Not pills, not powders, just a simple steamed sweet potato with a small pinch of natural sea salt. Yes, really. That's what he added to his mornings, and to his surprise, that one addition made his legs feel lighter within days. Why? Because sweet potatoes are one of nature's most underrated muscle protectors. They're rich in complex carbohydrates which restore glycogen, the energy stored inside your muscles after sleep. And unlike toast or sugary cereal, sweet potatoes give you steady energy without spiking your blood sugar. This is critical after 60, when blood sugar swings can trigger inflammation, cramps, and fatigue in your legs before the day even begins. Even more powerful, sweet potatoes are loaded with potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, and manganese, all crucial for electrolyte balance, nerve signaling, and healthy blood flow to your lower body. These minerals work together to prevent that heavy dragging sensation in your legs. They keep your feet from tingling. They help your calves feel firm, not tight. They let you rise from a chair with grace, not grit. And then there's the salt, but not just any salt. David didn't reach for the white stuff in a shaker. He used Celtic sea salt, a natural, unrefined salt that contains over 80 trace minerals your muscles rely on to contract, relax, and recover. Unlike table salt, which can raise blood pressure and strip nutrients, this sea salt actually supports hydration inside your muscle cells. It helps your body absorb water, hold on to key minerals, and reduce the risk of spasms and cramps, especially in the morning when you're most vulnerable. Researchers from the French Institute of Mineral Nutrition found that seniors who consumed a mineral-rich breakfast, including natural salt and high-fiber carbs, improved balance by 41% and cut fall risk nearly in half over 90 days. That's not coincidence. That's science meeting simplicity. So here's how David used it. Each morning before his main breakfast, he'd warm up half of a steamed sweet potato sprinkle on a small pinch of Celtic sea salt and eat it slowly, mindfully. Sometimes he'd drink a glass of warm water with it. Sometimes he'd sit quietly by the window and let the early sunlight hit his skin. Nothing fancy, but deeply effective. Because in that small morning moment, David wasn't just feeding his hunger, he was feeding his independence. And if you try it even just for 1 week, you may notice what he did. Lighter steps, less morning stiffness, a calm steadiness in your legs when you rise to stand. Sweet potato with sea salt might sound too simple to work, but it works because it gives your body exactly what it needs, exactly when it needs it most. It's a gentle weapon in the fight against sarcopenia, a quiet companion for your mornings, and a daily reminder that your strength is still there, waiting to be fed, not forgotten. But food is only one piece of the puzzle, because how you start your day, your first few actions, your first few steps can either protect your legs or put them at risk. And in the final part of this journey, we'll uncover the 4 morning habits that complete the circle hydration motion, sunlight, and presence. Together, they've helped thousands of seniors not just feel stronger, but live stronger. Let's walk through them gently, one step at a time. You've now seen what a proper breakfast can do, how a few simple foods can rebuild strength, ease cramps, and steady your steps. But here's the truth most people miss. It's not just what you eat, it's how you begin your day. Because the first few minutes after waking, those quiet, sleepy moments when your body re-enters the world, are more powerful than you think. They shape your circulation, they set your posture, they determine whether your legs start the day in motion or in decline. That's why we're closing this journey with 4 morning habits. Quiet rituals you can do right at home in just a few minutes to support everything you've built through food. Let's begin. 1. Start with warm water and a pinch of mineral salt. Before you eat, before you stretch, even before you fully stand. Drink warm water, just 250 milliliters with 1 teaspoon of Celtic or Himalayan salt stirred in. Why? Because after a night of sleep, your body is dehydrated and electrolyte depleted, and this subtle imbalance can make your legs feel heavy, your steps unstable, and your circulation sluggish. This small drink helps rehydrate your muscle cells, restore electrolyte balance, and calm your nervous system so your legs feel lighter, calmer, and more responsive within minutes. Think of it as priming your muscles for movement before the day even begins. 2. Perform the 3-minute leg and balance activation. No equipment, no gym, just your body, your breath, and your focus. Right after your warm water, find a stable place, maybe your living room wall or kitchen counter. Then stand tall and lift 1 foot slightly off the floor, just 2 to 4 inches. Hold for 10 seconds, then switch legs. Repeat 5 rounds on each side. This gentle movement activates the thighs, calves, hips, and ankles, the exact areas that lose mass fastest after 60. It also stimulates your inner balance system, training your brain and muscles to communicate clearly. Many seniors report fewer stumbles, less wobbling, and even increased confidence on stairs just from doing this for a few minutes each morning. 3. Wake up slowly and gently. We live in a world that celebrates rushing, but your body, especially after 60, responds better to rhythm than rush. When you first wake up, don't jump out of bed. Instead, sit up slowly. Roll your ankles. Rotate your wrists. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. This simple practice helps reboot your circulation, especially to the legs and brain, reducing that common morning dizziness many seniors experience. It also gives your body time to adjust from lying down to standing, preventing falls before they happen. In just 90 seconds, you give your body what it really needs, permission to move gently. 4. Step into the morning light. There's one last habit, and it's free. Sunlight. Just 5 minutes near a window or outside on your balcony can do more for your legs than most people realize. Early morning light tells your body it's time to produce vitamin D, which is critical for calcium absorption, muscle strength, and bone support. It also helps regulate your internal clock, improving sleep energy and mood throughout the day. Let the light touch your wrists, ankles, or face where the skin is thinner. Breathe deeply. Stretch if it feels good. You're not just soaking in sun, you're signaling to every cell it's time to live again. Now you know. You don't need pills, you don't need to push your body to the edge, and you don't need to accept slow, silent weakness as your new normal. With 1 smart breakfast, 5 nourishing foods, and 4 simple habits, you can wake up every day with stronger legs, steadier steps, and a deeper sense of control over your life. Like David, you may one day say, "It feels like I got my legs back." And you will, because it's not luck. It's knowledge. It's action. It's you choosing to show up for your health before your feet even hit the floor. If you've been feeling this too, not weakness, but a quiet question rising inside you, then stay with us. Subscribe to Senior Fit, where growing older doesn't mean growing smaller. It means growing wiser, stronger, and still moving forward.